Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Manhood. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow.
I literally just got divorced. I'm done. I don't ever have to see him again. That was so hard. That was so painful. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't say hi. I couldn't say bye. I just walked away. The person that I loved the most in this entire world. The person I loved most in this entire world, you know? That was it. That's how the story ends. I loved him with everything that I was. And now it's done. Oh God, I'm fucking broken, man. I fucking hurt.
Is it weird that they're filming themselves in these like distressful times in their lives?
Together till the end. But I did that shit.
Why do women film their crying breakdowns and put it on social media? Can anyone explain this? Is it for clickbait and views? Because people feel sorry? Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Why do women think this is a good idea? If I were a business looking to potentially hire someone and doing research and a background check, this type of stuff would cause me to back out immediately thinking they are unstable.
Yep. And just like that, my divorce papers were signed, and this is such a hard moment to look back at and watch me mourn the life I had and the life I planned. I was put through so much pain that I never deserved. Here to new beginnings. Again, why film yourself crying signing the papers? It's kind of stupid. I have no sympathy for these things. Like if you were on camera and you were like speaking about sensitive topics and then you happen to, shed some tears because it was sensitive topics for you, that makes more sense to me than this right here.
The reality of this woman is that she fell in love with Chad during one of those destination weddings. She then came home asking for a divorce with the expectation that Chad would take her. She could not wait to be with Chad, and she ran without anything because Chad was wealthy. When Chad rejected her, she did not have anything. She risked her children's safety for an imaginary relationship with Chad.
A lot. That's a lot of women. A lot of women.
I get blamed for how severely he screwed my life up. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't drink anything without feeling pain and true pain. And I get blamed for feeling this way. And it is just ridiculous how someone can hurt you so much. And just expect you to move on from it and not care and just move on like as if nothing happened. And I will never wish this pain on anyone.
No one can tell me that posting your lowest moments to social media and adding music to the background is nothing more than a need for attention and validation from strangers, because that's what these women live for.
Cue sad music.
I'm 24, single mom of 2, and I just lost everything. Hi, my name's Bria. Nice to meet you. That was me about 3.5 years ago. Went through a very, very ugly divorce, walked away with absolutely nothing but my 2 precious children, and I'd do it all over again. So, little bit about me. I was a very successful destination wedding photographer and built my business from the ground up. I ended up buying a beautiful horse property house to raise my children at. and realized that the person I was with was not the person that I should be spending my life with. So I decided to file for divorce. Well, me being me, having a huge heart of gold, I decided my money was our money. And he decided his money was his money. So I opened a joint bank account that had all of our money in it. I paid for the down payment of the house. Girls, learn from me and do not make my mistake. So, when I decided to leave, he decided to take everything. I left with absolutely nothing to my name. I left in a U-Haul. I moved from California to Florida in a U-Haul. And no car, because he wanted to make sure all the cars were in his name and not mine, aka power. Do not let a man do that to you, okay? Make sure you are on there as a co-signer. You're on there just by yourself. Well, me being me and me being young, thinking love is love and no one would do anything to hurt you, false. So, I left with about $10,000 to my name, a U-Haul full of everything, my 2 children.
She is an absolute liar. No court in California would allow a woman with 2 kids to walk away with absolutely nothing.
Correct.
Bare minimum, the court would force them to sell the house and cars, no matter whose name they're in, then split the money.
I spent about 4 months using my double stroller as a car for 4 months, I would say. We lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with a blow-up mattress for another 4 months because it took a while for me to get from absolutely nothing back on my feet because, mind you, I lost my photography business as well because of COVID. So COVID happened, weddings got shut down, I stepped away. So now here's this single mom of 2, basically homeless, thinking life is never going to get better. How did I get here and how do I get out of it? So there was days, weeks, months where I'm crying my eyes out because I didn't have enough to buy food just for breakfast. I didn't have enough for anything. And I'm just here to tell you that if you keep pushing and you keep believing in yourself, everything's going to be okay. It's going to work out in your favor. I'm still not, now I'm 27, so 3.5 years later, because I'm going to be 28 in like 2 days, but I'm still not where I want to be in life. However, I'm a lot closer to where I want to be in life because of the fact that no matter how impossible it felt, I refused to give up. I refused to
Why didn't you feel that way about your relationship?
take the easy way out and just say, this is the cards that God gave me. No, I said, I don't like these cards and I'm going to do everything in my power to get out of this. So if you need support, if you need help, if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me because I love supporting other females. If you need a job, I'm hiring. I will give you a job. Like literally anything that you need, I will help you with because I've been there and I had absolutely no one and it sucked. So this is just your reminder to keep going no matter how hard it gets.
These women are liars.
Yeah.
A young woman.
See, that position, almost everything she was talking about, it's almost usually the man's position. Like that's usually the position he is in after divorce.
Woman like the second one who left her husband certainly has a family that helped her. Furthermore, I doubt that she gave up child support. The proof is that if things were so difficult, she could have left the children with their father, but she didn't. Otherwise, the money wouldn't have come. Pure lie.
So the other day, my husband, who I've been married to for 17 years, but am now going to be divorcing, told me that marrying me was the biggest mistake he's made in his life. And I responded to it with like sarcasm and kind of snark, like marrying me, I'm the biggest mistake that you've ever made. Because that's how I usually have responded to those types of comments that he makes over the years. But later on, afterward, I kind of sat in my room and I actually cried.
What I find the most incredible about these women's videos is they had to decide to make them, had to set up the camera, had to then act in front of it, and then had to edit it and broadcast it.
And cue the sad music.
Like, what were they thinking? Who cares about their failed life?
I cried about it, like sobbed, actually. And I thought to myself that this is actually a good sign, because I have spent so many years in our marriage listening to comments like that. You know, you've ruined my life. You took all my money. You're the worst person. And I've like numbed myself to it over the years. Like, I just kind of numbed myself or made excuses like, oh, he's just stressed, he's angry, or he's, going through a lot. And I just kind of went along with it and but to get through it, I just kind of had to numb myself. And I guess in a way, like, had to diminish.
Did you never think about some of the things he says and maybe try to correct some of those things?
My own humanity to not let these things get to me so I wouldn't like fall apart. I had 2 kids to raise, a family to keep going. Like, I couldn't afford to be hurt. You know what I mean?
He told her, over the years, what he was seeing as problems. And as she said, she would just reply with snark and sarcasm.
Exactly.
She'd just take it. Really, what she should have said was that she never cared enough to talk about it and try to solve those issues with her husband.
Now that I don't want to be married anymore, I am really telling myself that it's time for me to reclaim my humanity. And that means that there's going to be things that are going to be said to me that are going to hurt me. And I'm going to go ahead and like absorb that hurt. I'm going to feel the feelings. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm not going to intellectualize. I'm just going to feel it. Let my emotions freely flow. And if that means I cry, I cry. If that means I get angry, I get angry. I'm going to feel again. I'm going to be a human being again. And that's probably one of the things I'm looking forward to in this entire process is I just want to be a person again.
From everything she said, it's all been about her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been perfect, and his comments were abusive. She's done nothing wrong, and the divorce is his fault, and she's happy to be out because she wants to feel again. Make that ish make sense.
Right.
So, just to be totally transparent with y'all, I've been feeling like these little pockets of sadness lately, like throughout my day. Like, it'll just be like, oh, do you remember you and your ex used to do this? Or like, oh, do you remember? And it's frustrating because I feel like I'm past that point of like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm past any point, honestly. I'm just trying to let healing come and go. But something I saw on TikTok last night, it was like a quote, and it talked about how you don't just let go once. You let go again, and then again, and then again, and then again. And that really helped me. Like, it's talking about how you let go when you see their favorite soup on sale and you don't buy it. Like, you let go when you, like, it's the anniversary of, something with them. You let go when, like, you see something that they used to love or whatever it may be. And I don't know, that made me feel like, honestly, just a lot better, because I want to remind y'all that it's okay to be sad. I think I'm very much type A, so I'm very like, I want to be over this.
Thousands of men go through that pain after being betrayed by a woman they loved and trusted. They were building their life with her in mind and lost all of that when she was planning her life for them. And
that's the thing, right? When men build with women, we planned a future together, and all of that gets thrown away when things end.
Using his love and money to set it up.
Like, it's this, like, it's been 3 months, so it's this. It's been 6 months, but it's not like that. It's so, it's just okay to be sad. It's okay to give yourself grace and, don't stay in that sadness, but it's okay to have moments of sadness. And I want to remind you that. So just know that I'm always here for you, and it does get better, but also allow yourself to feel your feelings.
Girls, men have woken up to you and the games you play.
Yep.
It's not nice when the very games along with the rules you made up are turned on you. It must be difficult when single, forever leftover modern women realize they will have to work for their own retirement plan. Meanwhile, every divorced single man I know is living a happy, peaceful, and wealthy life.
Yeah, the way these women talk about their partners and stuff is like they've never done anything wrong. It's always been the ones that treat them like crap. They made them feel like crap, and they made them feel like not a person and all these things. They never say anything they're lacking in the relationship, or their husbands have told them these things. No, my husband just keeps making me feel bad and says, I ruined his life. Well, maybe adjust some of those things. Maybe, you're wasting all my money? Maybe stop wasting money. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you up next time.